Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chris Discusses Random Things while playing Renowned Explorers. That said, I don't know if I've ever mentioned my name before. I'm just in case you were wondering, my name is Chris. Hello. C-H-R-I-S. That's usually the way I see it spelled, but occasionally you run into a K-R-I-S person. But yes, my name is Chris. Hi. But I've gone by the name Geopogg for years and years and years, and it's just something that I was very comfortable with, and decided to just do that for my channel. At some point, I'll probably discuss how I came up with that name, but let's move along. We already delayed last video quite heavily because I got distracted, and now is probably not the time to get distracted again. All right, let's spend some research, and we have to decide between history and observations, and I do think we will take history. I might unlock observations at some point, mostly for the one crew member learning a free perk, which is really nice. But I think in this case, because we're going to be getting so much campaign, going through the history tree is the way to go. And let's gain an insight. Yeah, sure. Gain insight, gain a free lobbyist. Although, if we're going to gain a free lobbyist, we should not do that now. We should buy some first, because we want to buy the cheaper ones before we get a free expensive one. So yeah, let's buy a lobbyist and one more lobbyist. Okay, so now the free one we get is at least like a decently expensive one. We could even probably upgrade the shop once. Now that we've already unlocked the history tree, this is cheaper. We could unlock the shop once, because we're certainly going to want to at some point. Or even unlock it again and see if we can buy one more lobbyist. And maybe even one more. Okay, so now our free lobbyist will be one of the more expensive ones. There we go. One extra token when you spend insight? Sure. Campaign when you enter an encounter or an epic encounter? That seems good. But we can't afford it. 38, and we need 45. So, let's go spend some insight. And 68 to 120 status per insight now because of all those lobbyists we just grabbed. And 8 to 16 research. Very nice. And we did get our campaign token master leveled up to an average of 24. Probably higher than that, actually. Yeah, 26. Okay. And there is our extra campaign when we enter an encounter, or 3 when we enter an epic encounter. Now, I would, as usual, love to grab exploration records if we can. That's going to cost 60 research. We can get 16 to 24 research, actually, per insight spent by Agatha, or 8 to 16. So 16 to 24 is obviously better than 8 to 16 by quite a bit. Could we get to 60 here? Yes. We would be practically guaranteed it. Not quite. We'd be practically guaranteed it if we spent all 3 insight on research. And I am tempted to. But at this point, it would only give us 2 supplies. So maybe we'd be better off waiting. I will save that insight and use it on campaign, and we'll get a lot more value out of it later. I've been with... what's the word? Wiffle-waffling? Wiff-waffling? I don't know. I've been sort of going back and forth on whether or not it's really, really important to get those supplies in your first trip to the overmap, or if you can wait. And I've sort of been indecisive on it. At first, I said it was really, really important, and then I was like, maybe not. And now I'm thinking it's important again. But I'm back on the train where it's not crucial to get the supplies in your first overmap. But by the second one, you really need them. Especially if you're going down history. If you're going down observations, you might as well get them right away because it's worth 2 regardless, and it only takes 2 papers to get to them, right? You unlock it, and then you buy 2 papers, and you've got the 2 supplies. For history, it's almost okay to wait because it is worth more if you wait. Now you'll get that 3rd one even if you buy it early, of course. It's not like this only gives you as many as it would when you buy it. Like if we buy it now, it'll give us 2, right? But it's not like it'll always give us 2. It will give us 3 next expedition. It keeps leveling up as you do expeditions. So there's no reason not to buy it early. But if you can't afford it, it's still valuable later, as opposed to this one, which only gives you 2 and sort of gets outscaled very quickly as you go into the game. Did that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, my point is, I have changed my mind, and I've decided that gain supplies on the first overmap, if you can get it, is great, but if you can't, I'm not going to spend a lot of my resources trying to do it. It just feels too bad. Alright, let's take a look at our entourage shop that we actually unlocked quite a bit of already. Rogue perk, Quick Thinker perk, and Engineer perk available here. Now, the Quick Thinker perk is Escape Artist or Reflexes. And we don't want to give Escape Artist because we can get that from the grappling hook, and he already has Reflexes. So we'll probably pass on Champion Vasilisa. We don't have a Rogue and we don't have an Engineer, so that makes this one very, unfortunately, not very useful. Maybe later we'll decide to level someone Rogue or Engineer and have an opportunity then. For now, let's move on to the second page. Athlete, Beguiler, or Survivalist. Now here we have some more interesting ones. Athlete, definitely, we do want to give Hojo some Athlete perks. And Beguiler, we talked about maybe leveling Hildegard as a Beguiler. Could be interesting. Then we have Tactician, Diplomat, or Archaeologist. Archaeologist is definitely an interesting one. She can learn Symbolism by herself, and already has Architecture. So Legends would be the one to get her from this. And that would be fine. I have no reason not to give her Legends. The Archaeologist item from the shop gives Excavation, which we already got for free from that event we ran into. Other options here, Tactician would not be bad. We definitely want to give someone Tactician perks at some point. I'm kind of waiting to see what Hojo's storyline does before I make that decision, though. And Diplomat, Etiquette, and Customs. Already has Etiquette, does not learn Customs, so Customs would be a good option there. I can get Customs from an item, I do know that for sure. So I think, in this case, Archaeologist Legends is going to be my choice. And this will make Agatha already a level 5 Archaeologist, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive indeed. Yep, level 5 Archaeologist. At this point in the campaign, at our second expedition, we should not run into anything archaeology-wise that we cannot do, which is great. Take a look at our item shop. Do have a Survivalist and an Engineer item here. We don't care about either one that much. We do have Diplomat Languages and Athlete Stamina available. Hildegard starts with Languages, so not a good option there, but Athlete Stamina will be a good one for Hojo. Get him started on some Athlete perks. Yeah, that'll be good. Other than that, we have the Grappling Hook, which I would like to get for Hojo eventually, but we have no chance of affording. We'd have to upgrade this another time and have the 200 for the Grappling Hook, which we don't. So, take a look at our entourages again. We have 65 status left. Is there anything else I would really want to grab? I get some extra stats from Encounter. Wouldn't be bad. Not bad at all. That would be an option. Or just some extra gold from Collect would be nice too. Let's grab that. Okay, I think I am satisfied with that. Now, we didn't get our Quick Thinker team, so Rivalo is going to continue to get ahead on that, but we are doing very well on Campaign Token Master. Very similar to what happened last run, actually, if you watched that. Okay, let's move on to our second expedition. Hello, Merlin. Come here. We just walks into the room and meows at me because he's not satisfied with his life. No, you don't want to come up in the lap? Like, no, I'd rather complain. If I come up in the lap, I can't complain anymore. Yeah. Yeah, you thinking about it? Okay. Good boy. Alright, let's see here. Molly is a decent choice. Hungarian Fort or Caribbean Island. Let's see, am I missing treasures from any of these places? Let me check real quick. Andes, Egypt, Venus, Caribbean. No, doesn't look like it. Huh. At least I don't have any written down. All I have here is like the different areas and then the number of treasures I'm missing from each one. And I have listed that I am missing 0 treasures from Mali, Hungary, and the Caribbean. Interesting. Okay, in that case, we might as well go to the one that gives us the best chance of succeeding and getting some good rewards. And I think that's going to be Mali. Now, unfortunately, Mali is a good area for gold, and we would really like a campaign. And here is the campaign, the status in the Hungarian fort. This wouldn't be bad, though. Tactician, Archaeologist, Quick Thinker, and Diplomat. We have 3 of the 4 of those. We don't have a Tactician yet. That might be a decent choice. And Friendly is good against Devious, and a lot of those cultists are Devious. The Wolves are aggressive, and we will struggle with those, but we can probably survive that. Yeah, I guess I really have no reason to go to Mali. And we don't have a Rogue, and we don't have a Beguiler, and our Athlete is only level 1. So why do that? Why set ourselves up for that? Let's go to the Hungaria. I think that's going to be, I just remembered. I got in trouble for this before. It was someone, not in trouble, someone very politely pointed out that, I keep doing this. It's not Hungaria. That is not the singular of Hungarian. Hungary is the singular of Hungarian, and they're 100% right. And I know that. It's just, English, right? It just seems so obvious that the singular of Hungarian would be Hungaria, but it's not. It's Hungary. Oh dear. Thank you guys for putting up with me. I appreciate it. The Hungarian forest, with the details provided by Lady Valduva, you must be able to find the secret fort, which used to be an alchemy laboratory. Alright, let's go. Well, alright, we do have 2 nature challenges and a wits challenge. We're going to be better at wits challenges than nature challenges in general, but it's early enough that we'd probably be fine with any of them. And this nature challenge will provide some supplies if we succeed, so it'll definitely be worth checking out. I think we'll probably do a little loop here and come back and try to grab those in a minute. Through the dead swamp, you see a strange silhouette. In the distance, you hear a muffled scream. This was the encounter that was added by the 80 Hours Community Challenge a while back. Let's go check it out. One crew member must find a way through the swamp. Either a quick thinker or a tactician would be convenient. We do have Hojo here. He is brave, gets plus 10 speeds for taking this option, and he's a quick thinker, so that seems like the best option. The ground is getting more rough with every step. The swamp turns awfully quiet, and it gives Hojo the chills. Suddenly, you see a strange silhouette. A scary swamp monster. However, he immediately bursts into tears. Everyone is afraid of me. I'm merely seeking a companion. But who would want to be friends with a monster like me? I can be friends with anyone, monsters included, because Hojo is a quick thinker and has quick thinker wit on top of it. Hojo notices the monster wears a birthday hat and quickly congratulates him. Happy birthday! The monster is happily surprised. Do you remember my birthday? That truly means you are my friend. He then hands over a carefully wrapped present. That's not how birthdays work, by the way, generally. You give presents to the person whose birthday it is, but we won't complain. Free treasure. And we do get a nice secret here from Hojo's campfire card. And, oh, yes, that's right, the carved ace. One of my favorite treasures from the new update, because it has an option to give you a tool for free, and I love having tools. Now, the other option is a campaign, which is incredible, but I want the tool. No one actually, the last time we ran into this, I mentioned that I will almost always take the tool over anything else because I love them so much. And no one has contradicted me in that. I don't know if that means that people just assume I'm beyond help, which is very possible, or if people agree with me that tools are extremely valuable. I'd be curious to know what you think. Alright, let's continue to move around. We have 2 empty nodes. I don't really want to go check those out and waste the supplies, so let's instead do our loop and come back here and try to get some supplies. A mine tunnel. It's blocked by a big rock. Maybe an athlete could move it? Perhaps. We'll try it out. Hojo's not a great athlete, but he's got a start. Nope. Failure there. Hurt his back. The rock is too heavy, and he takes -5 armor. Alright, let's see if we can get those supplies, though. This area seems bountiful with food. A scout could get some supplies. We don't have a survivalist, but we do have a scout, so this early on in the game, that will be sufficient to give us a decent chance at getting this. There we go, nice. That will take us back up to 8 supplies? Yes, 8 supplies. Hojo is a man of his word and wants to help Hildegard in becoming a better explorer. He asks for Hildegard's attention, albeit a bit bluntly, and makes a proposal. I know someone who can teach you wits, I know someone who can teach you weapons expert, or I know someone who can teach you electromagnetics. Wow. That's really cool. This perk is this campfire card is great. Not only does it give you the extra reward every time you find a treasure from the super tokens, but it allows him to teach people perks. Like that's incredible. That's probably on par with Fei Lin's campfire card, which I think is one of the most powerful ones in the game. If you don't recall, Fei Lin's campfire card gives you 2 of each super token just by itself, and then gives her 2 free levels of rogue. It's incredible. Alright. Do I want to give that? So here's the question. Do I want to level Hildegard as my tactician, or do I want to level her as my naturalist? And that is a very interesting question. The advantage of teaching her naturalist is that we will get better at nature challenges. We will never have the survivalist, at least not unless we put a lot of effort into it. But we will be good at 2 of the 3 of them at least. The advantage of tactician is we could make Agatha something else. We could let Hildegard be our tactician and have Agatha do, something other than that. If we pass on that, I don't know. Probably, okay. I don't actually need a naturalist for what I'm trying to do. None of the stuff that I am looking at trying to accomplish in this run takes a naturalist. So, let's take the tactician perks while we have the opportunity. And we'll try to level Hildegard as our tactician, as weird as that seems. And if we want to do something else for Agatha, we can do so. We certainly don't need to teach her wits, so weapons expert. All right. Hojo shares a passion for fishing with a certain South American president. He still owes Hojo a favor, and this is a good time to call it in. To Hildegard's distress, she doesn't seem to have a choice, but at least she'll become a better explorer. Poor Hildegard. I mean, Hojo is trying to help. He's doing it in the worst way possible, but at least he's trying. And hopefully Hildegard can accept the help graciously and recognize that Hojo may not be... maybe a couple things. Maybe Hojo isn't used to helping out people. Maybe the culture that he is from works differently than she's used to, and he really is. He's acting in a way that would be perfectly acceptable in his culture, but is not in Hildegard's. Or maybe he's just a gruff person. Could be any of those things. Okay, cultural challenge. Diplomat or archaeologist, we have both of those, so let's go own some challenges here. A group of villagers is skeptical about your presence, but Hildegard can convince them. 95% chance. That was a little close, but we got it. Just a little campaign and some collect. Not bad. There's 0 supplies to move up here, so let's do it. Hojo finds a small book on a countess that murders young women in her quest for eternal youth. Kind of creepy, indeed. Oh, there is an odd node over here. Let's go look at that. I like odd nodes. They often have cool things in them. A cart attacked by bandits. You will receive praise for traversing these lawless lands. I mean, either that or people will just be like, you're stupid. That's sort of the 2 options, right? If you do something that most people consider to be too dangerous to do, your 2 options are people will give you praise for doing it when no one else is brave enough, or they'll just say you're an idiot. Chances are, that is highly affected by how you end up, right? If you traverse an area that's very, very dangerous and you survive and you get some treasure or some rewards out of it, people will be like, wow, you're so brave. You've shown us as an example to live by. On the other hand, if you traverse those lawless areas and get murdered to death, people are more likely to just be like, well, they were idiots. So it really does matter how successful you are at the end as to how you are looked at by history, right? Kind of that same saying of like history is written by the winners. Have you ever heard that? Same idea, I guess. History is written in retrospect. That's gonna be my version of that phrase. I've never heard this said. Maybe someone has at some point, but my version of that phrase is gonna be history is written in retrospect. Sounds like an obvious point, but people are going to write history from the perspective of already knowing how it ended up for you, right? So if you succeeded, they're going to be quick to heap the praise on you about how brave and bold you were to do something no one else has dared do, and how you succeeded despite all of the odds being against you. On the other hand, if you fail miserably, they're going to be like, what an idiot. We told them that this was going to go poorly, and look, it did. So you can't win. Or you can win, but it's You better succeed, essentially. History's not going to pull any punches if you fail. All right, let's do our campfire story. German import. All right, now this is the one where Agatha will pull out some beer and improve the spirits of the crew. There are some downsides to it, especially for our underage drinker here, Hildegard. We could do work the wits for some extra encounter, but I think that's going to be better off waiting. It'll be better later. 8 campaign, not be bad. Would be better later, of course, as we get more level ups for our campaign tokens. And just 3 insight, which is never bad. I think I'm tempted to take the secrets, though. We're not going to level up secrets, probably. So it doesn't matter if we get them early. They'll be worth just as much as they will later in the game, probably. But I think I will keep this campaign. That 8 campaign may be very valuable later. That's it. We need a break. These savage lands are getting on Agatha's nerves. The nights are too cold, the weather is miserable, and the bugs keep biting her. She pulls out some beer. Now look at Hildegard's face. Actually, Hojo doesn't look real thrilled either. She offers each of the crew a bottle. Agatha, you're offering a kid beer. Like, come on. You're supposed to be a responsible parent here. Hildegard kindly refuses the bottle. There we go. Good job, Hildegard. I am impressed with you. You are worthy of being the captain of this crew. You still have a great break, though. The crew shares stories about their pasts and talks about their hopes for the future. Agatha's really looking forward to retiring and is doing this one last time to save her university's name. Well, that's nice of her. The crew has a blast, but drinking can become a bad habit. I'm glad that Hildegard refused. That's good on her. And she still thinks that Agatha's pretty cool despite that and gets 10% speech power. Nice. The same with Hojo, but he does get the minus 10 speech defense for occasionally enjoying some German lager. Okay. Let's keep going to this odd node. A group of hunters. We're looking to hunt the beast. If you want a protection or help hunting them, you must show us what you're worth. Hildegard does have that level of tactician now, so she's prepared. Let's go. Okay, don't want to be devious here. Don't, aggressive would be fine. We'd actually get a few more rewards for it. But I think we'll just do our friendly. That's what we're good at. There isn't a argument for going aggressive because they're aggressive, and friendly will give us a debuff, which is unfortunate. That is worth considering. We could start with that. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to start with lecture. So yes, that's going to put us in a devious mood. But that does give us our 25 grit, which is nice. And that does mean we can come up here and get rid of a wolf. Let's see, how can Hojo walk that far? Yes, he can. Of course he can. I keep forgetting Hojo is a scout, so he actually has a very high movement range, which is nice. I do like scouts for that reason. It's kind of a small reason, but it comes in handy an awful lot. I was hoping I'd be able to smack the villager and get her gone, but I can't. I can the wolf, though. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So I used a friendly attack on one and an aggressive attack on another to keep us in that devious mood. But that means we're close to switching moods next turn if we want to. Okay, we'll just have to decide if we want to end up going aggressive or friendly. And we'll probably end up going friendly because... well, I'm still thinking about it. Because, it might not be hard to go aggressive here. I think we can. Yeah, let's just go aggressive. Why not? We get more rewards for it, and we're at the point in our campaign, because it's so early, that we don't get extra rewards right now for solving things friendly. So there's no reason not to go aggressive. And we will use a friendly attack here because an aggressive attack wouldn't have finished off the villager. And it's going to be very hard to get back into a friendly attitude, so I'm not too worried about it. Mindbender we have very little chance of getting. 50 damage, yeah, we're just not going to do that. We have no chance of getting that. I guess maybe if we buffed Hojo with Cheer, he might be able to do it. We could try, I guess. Yeah, okay, let's try. Why not? We're already in hostile mood, so I'm not too worried. Let's buff Hojo. He did 45 damage last time. There is a chance he might be able to get 50 with the buff. 51. Hey, there we go. We got it. Nice. Very impressive amount of damage there. The hunters respect our strength. We get our extra rewards, and they're going to give us the flare gun to help us if we run across the beast. Thank you. Another drink. Wow, that was fast. Jeez, like, it was 1 note ago you took a drink. Like, do we really need to go that hard on the alcohol? Alright, where to now? Let's go up here, because there's 4 nodes attached to it, and I'll be able to see most of the map. Another card attacked by vicious bandits? That's not a good sign. Oh, some supplies. Let's go grab those. Those will come in handy. Maybe a survivalist. Ooh, we don't have a survivalist. 19% chance is not very good, but we'll give it a shot because we might as well. Nope. That's unfortunate. Really wanted those supplies. Alright, well, we better kind of make a beeline back to the end. But I hate to do that because there's a cultural challenge right here we can grab. There are more supplies here we can try to get on the way back. Let's risk it. Okay, we can study a ruined church with our archaeologist. And we just get a bunch of study for that. Cool. And we'll go up toward this supply node here. Oh, the gargoyle statue. Okay. We don't actually care too much about that. It's not worth getting another debuff. Because we would. Lost some attack power there. Got some more study and lost some speech defense. And hopefully we can pick up some supplies here. Oh, another epic encounter. That's probably the beast, I'm guessing. A scout. Okay, 76% chance. We'll take that. Yeah, there we go. 2 supplies and some collect. And another cultural challenge. Through the gloomy forest, you see something sticking out of the ground. At the same time, the air fills with a foul smell. Agatha can do an archaeology study for 100% chance, and finds a flask containing a quaint liquid. I am very glad we did this, because the alchemist flask is a nice treasure. Plus 8 campaign. Yeah, we'll take it. And this is probably the beast. Let's go check it out. Where's the claw? Okay. Keep out signs are hanging around, and the place smells of wolf. Hildegard ponders how to approach the situation. We'd like to do a tactical approach, but 38% chance? I mean, we'll try it. Someone gets about a fourth of their HP missing if we fail, but we didn't. So we get tactically prepared too. Nice. Let's go. Where's the claw? Face your punishment. There is a bomb in your shack because Hildegard is a pranking trickster. Or your odor is ruining the forest because Agatha is mean. Hojo seems pretty mean too, but apparently he doesn't count as having that character trait. 3 speech? 3 speech? Who do we want to give the speech to? Looks like Agatha could use a little extra speech. Sure. Why, you little... Let's see how your words match up to my special powers. He's going to attack you head on. Okay. Very good. And aggressive is good. Devious is not good. Friendly is good. Okay. But if we were friendly, they leave with most of the loot. So we'd prefer aggressive, probably. But if we have to solve it friendly, I won't be too upset. And it looks like friendly is going to be the way to go. These guys have armor, but no speech defense. And even Boris himself has very low speech defense. Okay. So yeah, friendly is going to be the way to go. And we will bring Hildegard... no, we'll just leave Hildegard where she is. Further away from the rest of the enemies. Let's see how close they can get, if they can get to Hildegard from there where they are or not. Maybe. No, they're being aggressive, so probably not. Probably only one might be Boris, might be able to hit Hojo, but that's okay. That is fine. And we'll just bring Agatha up here to hang out. Hopefully they'll all stay together, and I'll just do a lecture lecture right across them. There are 2 more bandits back there as well. We'll have to pay attention to them eventually. Actually, there's very little point in doing that, huh? Yeah, we can just do normal friendly attacks and finish them off in 1 hit each. No reason to use our AoE. Glad I gave that extra speech to Agatha, because she can only barely finish off those enemies in one hit as it is, and an extra these 3 speeches really making a difference, I'm sure. Okay, Boris has a little bit of defenses against impressed attacks, but I would like to put him in impressed anyway, just so he takes more speech damage in the future. And unfortunately, I do believe all 3 of our members all have an impressed normal speech attack, which could be really bad if we run into any enemies that are immune to impressed. That could be what kills our crew. I didn't think about that until just now, but that might do it. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Hopefully we don't run into that problem ever. But I do know I've run into enemies before that were immune to impressed, and that may be a thing that happens to us at some point, and we'll really be in trouble. Just gonna keep finishing off the ads here that keep coming out of the woodwork, and we'll continue working on the boss. I decided to use reaching out there because he was already impressed, so it did the extra damage, and then I can just use an impressed attack next time straight off the bat and continue. It's very rude of you to hit me with a cleaver. I don't appreciate it. There's an argument for healing Hojo with Hildegard's Cheer. We could do that right now if we wanted to, but I'm pretty sure he can take an additional attack without needing, without falling. So we'll wait. Maybe. He did just transform, and his attack probably goes up when he does that. 25. Minus 10 speech defense. Fearless and full of rage, the claw is unstoppable. Maybe reminding him what a sad human being he is will soften him up. We are not going to do that. Every attack makes him more confident. Okay. But we're going to make him impressed instead. Okay. We're going to attack Hildegard, alright. Ooh, that was quite a bit of damage. Now, Hildegard has not had the upgrade yet. That means Cheer heals her by 50% what it heals an ally, which is an upgrade I really like. She just hasn't had a chance to get it yet. So, yeah. We might want to heal her with Hojo instead. Normally, I would just have her heal Hojo. They'd both heal to full, and we'd be all happy, but cannot do that. I'm not too worried about giving Hildegard the impressed debuff because Boris does not seem likely to attack us with speech. He appears to just want to claw us. So. Ooh. That was, I'm glad I healed her because that was a lot of damage, but even so, she's going to go down next turn if she gets hit again. But we'll keep working on the beast here. Not doing a lot of damage because of that half resistance he has. I could use Terrify here if I wanted to. Would do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, let's do it. One Terrify is not going to affect our mood, and it'll help us solve this encounter a little faster. And in fact, that did make it so reaching out will finish it off, which is great. Alright, very nice. And we got our Mindbender after all. Awesome. You make for your friends, but they leave with most of the loot. You made a werewolf friend? Okay. Timmy fell down the well, he brings you a pouch of gold, and heads north with the gang and loot. He seems he's going to terrorize another region. Alright. We did get the hunting plate. Plus status from secret, plus campaign for each level of quick thinker. That would be very good at this point. Yeah, we'll take that. We already have 4 levels of quick thinker? 3 levels of quick thinker. Not bad. Okay, and we got a secret. Look at all our secrets, 11. Not bad at all. And 2 levels up. And you know what? Last time I played with Hojo, I took Peaceful Resolve. Gains plus 6 speech while your current attitude is friendly, and that's still very, very strong. But Suspicion is very nice. Replaces the Dire Mood effect, which normally gives you minus 20 or 25 armor, with Shaken, which only gives minus 5 armor. So this lets us be friendly against aggressive teams and not take nearly as much penalty. And last time I did grab Peaceful Resolver, and I kind of regretted it. Suspicion would have come in handy. But I think I will take that this time. And we'll level up Hildegard as well and give her Shared Enthusiasm. Hildegard is also healed by Cheer, but 50% power. It's really good. I just really like that buff. And we have a Wits challenge here and a Technique challenge. We're terrible at Technique challenges. We're good at Wits challenges, but the Technique challenge would get us to the end without taking too many more debuffs. But I think I want to check out the Wits challenge. Ah, the demon. Okay. What is this? A joke? No. If you make me laugh within 2 seconds, I'll give you something special. And Hojo is a quick thinker and can do so. Tells a joke about Hildegard. He's so mean to Hildegard. Like, this has been like the theme of this run so far. It's just Hojo being ruthless to poor Hildegard. And the devil is happy about it and gives us a statue. The statue will come in handy in Shangri-La if we get there. Hopefully we will. 4 campaign and 4 study, or 2 secret? I mean, 2 secret seems great. Let's take it. Hojo loses some armor. Okay. And 1 more nature challenge, and then we'll go to the end. Someone athletic. Oh, Hojo is not nearly athletic enough to help us out here, unfortunately. So we'll probably lose some supplies, but that's okay because we didn't have any supplies. So it really doesn't matter. Yep, -1 supplies, so we didn't have any anyway. And Agatha loses some armor. Alright, let's finish up this episode. It's run a little long, and we're out of supplies anyway. Let's go. Cultists. Time to try to defeat them. Fortunately, the cultists like to be devious, and we are going to be friendly, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem. Alright. Defeat the alchemist. Sure, we'll do our best. Lecture is not great. It's decent, but it's not great. Let's just do a couple regular attacks here. Should have plenty of speech power to take these guys out with 1 attack each. Hojo actually has a little bit more speech power than Agatha does right now, so I'm going to save him, and we may go ahead and use him on the alchemist right away. The alchemist is immune to impressed. We were just talking about that we might run into that problem. Okay, well, we'll use reaching out on him. Or her. I think it's a her, actually. So yeah, we're gonna be forced to use devious attacks or aggressive attacks on the alchemist because she is immune to impressed. We did get inconvincible, which is nice. And we've got this group coming in from behind, which I'm a little worried about. These 2 are stunned. They can't do anything this turn. And that's not going to do anything at all. So let's use Hojo on this turn to take out this cultist, or whatever he is officially. And we'll hope we don't take too much damage while our 2 members were stunned. Okay, not too bad. They're still being devious, which is fine. I prefer that to them turning aggressive at the moment. Lecture has leveled up a couple turns. Pretty good. Let's just do that. Now, unfortunately, that will change our mood. Yep. So, now, if we want to go back to friendly, we will have to do this, which is fine. But we can't use a friendly move from Hojo and do damage. But we're going to use it anyway. No, we're not. I take it back. I was going to say we'll use it anyway just to go back to friendly, but we actually don't care that much. Tense is fine. We'll just, I guess, use a devious attack. 80% chance, but might as well. Okay, well, we missed. It's alright. The cultist, or the alchemist, is confident right now. That's not a big deal. Probably won't use any aggressive attacks, so it doesn't help her very much. Okay, time to start working on this alchemist in earnest. We don't really want to stay in devious. We'd like to end in friendly if we can. But we don't really have an option right now. So, although I guess there's no specific reason to end in friendly. We do have Mr. and Mrs. Devious going on up there. Oh, here we go. We can finish the alchemist off right now. Let's do it. So, there we go. We talked about it and then we ran into it. An enemy who was immune to impressed. We did manage to survive, but that is going to be rough if that happens too many times. With a huge amount of flattery, you win over the cultist hearts. Very nice. Does Hildegard believe in alchemy and the powers of the occult? We've run into this question before. Is Hildegard a magician because there's actually some power there? Or is she a magician because it's something fun for her to do and she can impress people with party tricks? And I think in this case, yes, I think she thinks there's some power to it. Why not? She's a kid. I mean, why not believe in magic, right? And what did we get? The Secretorium, or Secretorum. 1 to 3 stats from campaign? Sure, that seems great. And that will help out our campaign token master as well. A little bit of a long episode once again. That seems to be a trend lately. Hopefully that's okay. Let me know if you guys mind the long episodes. If you do, I will try more to hurry and not get too distracted by talking about random things, and we'll just focus on the content of the game. On the other hand, if you prefer the longer episodes and don't mind me chatting with you about random stuff that I think of as we're going through, let me know that too. I'd be curious. I would be interested to know. 2,000 status on our second expedition. Not too shabby. Rival O gets a couple more points from taking care of the elderly, and we're going to get a couple more points from agreeing not to do any more 2-star expeditions. Alright, and we will send a report to New Orleans because we want the specialty books that they sell there. We'll take a look at that next time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please put a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more in the future, and check out my Twitter for updates and news. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time in Renowned Explorers.